The Don't Listen Basic Chumcast.
Welcome to a special presentation of the Don't Listen Chumcast. I'm TheShebs. He's Big Red. If you're from the Bay Area, specifically the Peninsula, this is for you. We'd like to invite you into the Locals Lounge.
It's the Don't Listen Basic Chumcast, and I'm Big Red. He's TheShebs, and we are inside the Candlestick Park studios today.
Candlestick Park. There
Seems
you go.
like a distant memory, doesn't it?
A distant memory. A very distant memory, yes.
Did you ever recall any good times at Candlestick?
First sporting event at any level, I went to see the Niners and the Cowboys. I was on Monday Night Football, so it was blacked out in the Bay Area, 1970-something. You know, and that was so it was Staubach. I remember seeing Staubach and Tony Dorsett, and of course on the Niners, I think it was Plunkett, and I remember Gene Washington. Catching some balls, yeah.
So that's way back. That's like 75 or something.
My first thing, and what I remember the most about just that, and everybody will relate to this, is that when you first come through the stadium, the hall,
going up the escalators,
the concourse, right? And the stadium with all the lights on just appears in front of you.
Oh yeah,
the colors and the brightness and stuff. It was just awesome.
The fog.
It was awesome. Yeah. And I was a little kid, and I sat next to these Dallas Cowboy fans that kept yelling, "Go Dallas!" Right? You know. And I would just yell, and I would yell back, "Go 49ers!" And they would yell at me, "Go Dallas!" And I was a little kid. They were like fighting with me.
I remember the $2 bleacher seats for Giants games.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just depended. Yeah.
I mean, and then I remember also meeting friends. There was that little tower in the parking lot. Remember the tower?
I remember the tower, yeah.
So we would all meet friends at the tower. Meet up at the tower. $2 for the bleachers. You could just show up. Nobody was going.
You had to have those landmarks, because that's where you had to meet people at landmarks, because there were no phones. Yeah, we'll meet at this time. We'll meet here, and then the big debate was, how long do you wait for somebody who hasn't shown up?
Yeah, and then you just had the constant parties that were always happening in that huge parking lot.
I like that at any moment, like for a Giants game, that you could go.
Show up.
You could just go show up anytime.
And the traffic on the 101 was not too bad at that point.
Thursday night, hey, let's go see the Expos.
There was something epic about the weather and being on the bay and being out on a point. Candlestick Park was
remember the fog rolling in over the top?
The fog rolling over the top, and now you see these games happening in, there's no Giants there, right? The Giants have built this epic downtown stadium.
It's beautiful on its own. It's great.
And the 49ers have moved on to
Levi Stadium, right?
Levi Stadium down in the Silicon Valley. But those were some really good times with Joe Montana, Russ Francis, Wendell Tyler.
Oh, the whole, Roger Craig, Ronnie Lott, the whole defense. Absolutely.
So the Candlestick Park Studios makes me feel like an old man. It really does.
Well,
not a young man anymore.
Not a young man,
but it is a profound, especially when you're driving on the 101 and you drive by where Candlestick Park used to be, and the stadium is completely wiped. It's like a hill of rubble.
Yeah,
and they've not done anything that they talked about doing at Candlestick Park.
Politics of San Francisco.
I do remember when they played the last game there, though, how they ripped up the seats. Everybody got their seats, and everybody ripped up the turf, which can't be existing anymore, right?
Yeah,
and it was a big.
They sold
deal.
everything off. Yeah,
we definitely all identified with Candlestick Park.
If they made it, they should have made at least where the grass was. They should have made a park, and then had symbolized where home plate was, and then also where Dwight Clark made the catch. Kind of that they should have just had statues there. Just
anything's better than a hill of rubble.
I'm telling you. Prime real estate, though. Bay views.
I can't even.